Most people believe wealth begins with a pile of cash or a lucky break. That's a myth that keeps millions stuck in the same cycle for decades. The truth is simple. Rich habits come before rich results. If you wait until you have money to start acting like someone who builds wealth, you'll never get there. But if you start practicing the right habits now, your financial life can change faster than you think. These are 8 habits that work in the real world. Habits that people across North America use to move from paycheck to financial freedom, and you can start all of them today without needing a 6-figure salary or a trust fund. Let's start with the first habit. Spend on assets before you spend on luxuries. This means your dollars go to investments first, not to toys. You only buy luxuries with money your assets earn for you. Imagine 2 people making the same $80,000 a year. Person A buys a $70,000 SUV on credit. They still rent, have student loans, and their car payment eats half their monthly income. Person B invests $70,000 into dividend-paying stocks and low-cost index funds. In a few years, those investments throw off enough income to buy a car in cash without touching their salary. When you skip assets and buy luxuries directly from your paycheck, you lock yourself into years of work just to keep up appearances. When you buy assets first, your money starts working for you. The luxury becomes a side effect of smart investing, not a financial burden. Here's how to start today. Open a separate account for investments only. Direct a set percentage of every paycheck into it before you spend on anything else. Choose assets that match your risk level: stocks, bonds, real estate investment trusts. Track the income from these assets separately from your regular earnings. Promise yourself you will only use this income for non-essential purchases. It may feel slower at first, but the first time your investments pay for a trip, a car, or a home upgrade without touching your salary, you'll see the power of this habit. Wealthy people don't get trapped in the income to luxury loop. They build an asset to luxury bridge. When your assets pay for your lifestyle, you stop trading time for money. That's the first step toward real financial freedom. The second habit is to protect your energy with quality sleep. Sleep is not a luxury. It is fuel for high performance and good decisions. Many people in North America wear exhaustion like a badge of honor. They brag about running on 4 hours of sleep as if it proves dedication. In reality, sleep deprivation lowers productivity, weakens decision-making, and leads to costly mistakes. Studies show that lack of sleep costs the U.S. economy hundreds of billions of dollars every year through lost productivity. When you're rested, you think more clearly, you negotiate better, you spot opportunities faster, and you recover from setbacks more quickly. Good sleep is built on routine. 2 hours before bed, turn off screens. Put your phone in another room. Close your laptop, choose a book instead of a show. If you must look at screens, wear glasses that block blue light. Blue light delays your body's ability to reach deep REM sleep. REM sleep is when your brain processes and stores information, making you sharper the next day. Invest in blackout curtains. Keep your bedroom cool. Remove clutter and electronics. Small adjustments to your environment can improve sleep quality more than you think. You can also track your sleep with a wearable device or an app. Data will show patterns you might not notice, like how late caffeine or heavy meals affect your rest. When you start sleeping better, you'll notice the difference in your work and your income. Well-rested people make better choices with their time, their money, and their relationships. And those better choices compound over years into greater wealth and freedom. If you want to think like the wealthy, start by sleeping like the wealthy. The third habit is to set measurable goals and reverse engineer them into action. Vague wishes like wanting more money or a better life will not change anything. You need specific, measurable, and time-bound targets. Instead of saying you want to make more money, set a target like earning an extra $5,000 a month within 12 months. This gives you a finish line and a timeline. Once you know your goal, break it down. Work backwards from the deadline. Identify the major steps that need to happen. Then turn those steps into smaller tasks you can start immediately. For example, if the goal is an extra $5,000 a month, step 1 might be to develop a high-value skill. Step 2 could be completing a course or certification. Step 3 might be taking on small projects to practice. Step 4 could be pitching clients or asking for a promotion. Each step has its own smaller actions and clear deadlines. Write your goals and steps down where you will see them daily. Review them at the start of each week. Adjust your plan when needed, but keep the main goal the same. Focus on no more than 3 big goals at a time. Too many priorities will dilute your effort and slow progress. 1 to 3 major goals is enough to keep you moving forward without burning out. This method puts you in control of your direction. You stop drifting through months and years hoping for change. you start building change on purpose. Every dollar earned, every skill developed, and every opportunity taken will be part of a plan you designed. That is how people on the passive path move steadily from where they are to where they want to be. The fourth habit is to say no far more often than you say yes. Time is the most limited resource you have. You can make more money, but you cannot make more hours. Every time you agree to something, you are saying no to something else. If you fill your days with low-value activities, you have no room for the actions that actually move you toward wealth. Many people say yes out of habit or fear of missing out. This spreads their attention thin, like a sprinkler watering every patch of grass a little but never enough to grow anything strong. Wealthy people act like a fire hose, directing all their energy at a few high-impact targets until results appear. Saying no does not mean closing every door. It means protecting your time and energy for the things that matter most. Here's how to put this into practice. Before accepting any invitation or opportunity, ask yourself if it helps you reach your main goal. If it doesn't, decline politely. You don't need to over-explain. A simple, "I can't commit to this right now" is enough. Cut back on distractions that drain your schedule without giving anything back. Limit social events that lead to unnecessary spending. Avoid side projects that take you away from your core focus. The more selective you are with your time, the faster your progress will be. Every major leap in income and savings comes from periods of intense focus. When you protect your time, you protect your future. The fifth habit is to become the best at one profitable thing. Specialists get paid more than generalists. When you are the go-to person for a specific skill, you can command higher rates, better positions, and more opportunities. Start by listing your interests and abilities. Identify the ones that have strong demand in the market. Research salaries, contract rates, and growth potential in those areas. Choose one skill that excites you enough to work on for years. Once you choose, commit to mastery. Set a learning schedule. Invest in quality training. Seek mentors who are already successful in that skill. Take on real projects as soon as possible to apply what you learn. Avoid the temptation to jump between unrelated skills. Dabbling slows progress and keeps you at a beginner level. Focus builds expertise, and expertise builds income. For example, someone who learns basic coding might make modest earnings. But someone who becomes a recognized expert in cloud security or AI integration can earn several times more. The difference is depth, not just knowledge. As you improve, share your work publicly. Build a reputation. Network with others in the field. Opportunities often come from being visible and trusted as an expert. When you are the best at something people need, you don't have to chase work. Work will find you. And that steady demand is a direct path to financial independence. The sixth habit is to talk to yourself like a winner. The way you speak to yourself shapes the way you act. Negative self-talk drains energy and confidence. Positive self-talk builds the mindset needed to take action and recover from setbacks. When you make a mistake, resist the urge to call yourself stupid or careless. Instead, treat it as a temporary setback for someone who is already capable of success. Winners fail, but they fail forward. A simple daily practice can shift your mindset. At the end of each day, write down one win and one lesson. The win could be completing a task, making progress on a goal, or handling a situation well. The lesson comes from anything that didn't go as planned. For example, if you wrote 300 words for a project but got distracted by your phone, the win is the progress you made. The lesson is to place your phone in another room tomorrow to stay focused longer. Over time, this habit builds resilience. You stop seeing challenges as proof you can't succeed and start seeing them as part of the process. This keeps you moving toward your goals instead of quitting when things get hard. Financial success is not just about what you do. It's also about how you think while you do it. When your self-talk is strong, your actions will be stronger. The seventh habit is to always be learning. Every new skill or piece of knowledge can create new opportunities to earn. Wealthy people are constantly adding to what they know. Learning is not limited to formal education. It can come from books, courses, podcasts, videos, or conversations with people who know more than you. The key is to learn with purpose and apply what you learn. Choose topics that directly improve your earning power, your health, and your relationships. Rotate through these areas to keep a balanced perspective. For example, you might study investing strategies, then negotiation skills, then time management. Make learning part of your daily routine. Listen to audiobooks during your commute. Read for 20 minutes before bed. Take notes and review them weekly. Look for patterns in what successful people around you are learning. If you notice multiple high achievers in your field talking about the same book, read it. If a skill keeps coming up in job postings or client requests, learn it. Speed up your learning by using techniques like listening at 1.5 times speed or reading with a focus on the key ideas instead of every detail. The more you expose yourself to new ideas, the more likely you are to connect them in useful ways. Without continuous learning, your knowledge becomes outdated and your opportunities shrink. When you keep learning, you stay ahead of changes in the market and ready for the next opportunity. The 8th habit is to get in the right rooms. Who you spend time with shapes how you think, what you believe is possible, and the opportunities that come your way. Start by removing the wrong people. Cut ties with those who constantly complain, discourage your goals, or drain your energy. Your time is too valuable to waste on negativity. Then, seek out people who inspire you. Find those who encourage your ambitions, share ideas freely, and celebrate your progress. Spend time with individuals who are already where you want to be. You don't need to copy them. Just being around people who think bigger will raise your own standards. Their habits, language, and mindset will naturally influence yours. Look for networking events, professional groups, or local meetups in your field. Join online communities with active and supportive members. Volunteer for projects that put you side by side with high achievers. When possible, invest in attending conferences or masterminds. One meaningful connection can lead to partnerships, job offers, or investments that change your path completely. Wealthy people know that the question is not, how can I do this alone? It is, who can help me get this done? Connections can open doors faster than hard work alone ever could. The more you put yourself in the right rooms, the more those rooms will start to open new ones. These 8 habits are not reserved for the wealthy. They are how people become wealthy. You don't wait to have money to start. You start now, so that your habits create the money and the freedom you want. Be the person who buys assets before luxuries. Protect your energy with quality sleep. Set measurable goals and follow them. Guard your time with the word no. Master one profitable skill. Speak to yourself like a winner. Never stop learning. And put yourself in the right rooms. Follow these habits and you will change not just your finances, but your entire life. Like this video if it helped you. Subscribe to The Passive Path for more practical ways to build wealth. Comment with the habit you will start today. Feel free to watch other videos on The Passive Path to keep building your knowledge and momentum. I'll see you in the next video.